All right, so at Berkeley, the music therapy program is one of the largest programs in the world. And what we are doing is training students to be able to use music to treat health-related outcomes. So sometimes we're working with physical, sometimes emotional, social, spiritual, or behavioral concerns that individuals may have throughout the lifespan. Within the program, students here have coursework so that they learn how to work with individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities, with older adults, with medical, cancer, ICU, heart conditions, again, children and adults, end of life, to also in the rehab setting from Parkinson's to stroke and mental health issues as well. So they're learning how to use music within all of those different settings and populations, and as well as how they can use the elements of the music and our natural propensity to be engaged in music so that they can make a change in individuals' lives. They study music, but they're also studying medical, so that they have to learn about diagnoses and conditions, but also how music influences behavior. So they're learning like human anatomy and physiology, neuroscience, along with music, so that they know how to use the music to affect medical, or developmental and intellectual goals, so that they're learning both in a sense. So within the coursework, they have their music core, but then they also have a core in liberal arts where there's a heavy emphasis on psychologies, including psychology of music, abnormal psychology, human anatomy and physiology, developmental psychology. But then they're also getting their core music therapy coursework where you're learning how to put the music and the sciences together to affect change. Our students also go out in the clinic, and so for 4 semesters they are working with clients in the community. So some of our placements are in medical settings, whether it's Children's Hospital or Tufts. They're working in school settings with individuals with autism or related intellectual and developmental disabilities. They're working with older adults. They're working in mental health settings, from addictions to major psychoses, from schizophrenia and bipolar as well. So they're learning how to be a clinician in various treatment settings. I think the important thing, and we have some courses that we open to anyone at Berkeley, is really understanding the role of music in your own life. And so what role does music provide you? So when I was, a student studying music, what really appealed to me is that it immediately gave me social connections, right? If you're in a choir or you're in a band, you have people that you're automatically can socialize with, and there's that community building. And then it's part self-expression. When I'm playing a piece that I really like, or even as a young adult, if I hear music on the radio that I'm like, yeah, that song really connects with me, or this experience. So it's understanding what role music plays in our life, what part of our identity is the music within that. But then the other part, as a musician and as a performer or whatever you're going to do in music, is understanding what music does for you and being true to that. The flip side is that as musicians, we also get stressed out. We also have medical issues, whether it's overuse issues. Can you see I'm grabbing my wrist constantly? Or we have our own ups and downs with moods. We get lonely. We struggle with depression. We struggle with anxiety. But again, how can we use music to help with that? So being aware of the role music plays in our life helps us use music as a therapeutic tool as well, if that makes sense. So, I know for a fact, exercising, for example, that rhythm really makes a difference to me because it helps pace or motivate me. So I choose particular music for that. But if I'm trying to relax, I have a different type of music I listen to. But it's all individualized. Like what you listen to is going to be different from you and what feeds you, but it's being aware of that. And so as a musician, if we think about how music is therapeutic, that's even a first stance in helping ourselves as well as helping others. Music therapists just take it further because they work on specific goal areas for health. But as musicians, we should be aware of what is our connection to music, what does it provide for us, what does it give us, and how can we use it therapeutically, how can we use our voice to make change, I guess is a big thing.